good defense, well coached. They've done a great job pressuring the quarterback all year. Anytime you've been running the same scheme for 2 decades, you're doing something right, and they do a great job in their preparation. So I have the utmost respect for their coaching staff, for their scheme, for the way they execute it, for their players, and obviously when you go into their place, that adds an element as well.
Kirk Cousins said that a signature of a Bill Belichick team is they try to make you win games left-handed. From your perspective, having played them before, how does that happen?
Well, similar to what Coach Patricia and the Lions did to us, and I think Coach Bowles as well. I think they're going to try to take away what you've done well and try to make you beat them a different way. And some of it will be a process throughout the game to see how things are going, making in-game adjustments. And I'm sure they'll do the same. And we obviously respect what Coach Belichick and his staff will do in their preparation to be ready to stop us.
Kirk, statistics show you've been one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL this season under defensive pressure. What's some of the keys into performing well when you're under pressure?
I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. Keeping your eyes downfield, feeling the rush, not seeing the rush, throwing with accuracy. Making sure you still step into the throw as best you can, and when you can't step into it, still being able to bring your hips and your shoulders, and having a scheme that allows guys to get open and separate where I can trust them and throw with anticipation. All that I think makes a difference if you're under duress and can't step in and have a perfect pocket in all your throws.
How about just the game? The protection was great last Sunday. Just talk about how that helped you have such a good game last Sunday. The protection that you did get.
They did a great job, and when you're able to go through your read, step up, have a clean pocket, deliver the throws without any pressure around you, it helps you be more accurate, helps you be more consistent, and allows some of the best players on our team, like Diggsy and Adam and Kyle and Dalvin, to be able to make plays.
Kirk, you've talked at times about learning from different quarterbacks and kind of trying to pick their brains at times. Have you had a chance to do that with Brady, or just kind of watching him from afar? What kind of things have you picked up from him?
Yeah, I haven't played him much, being that they're in the AFC, but obviously, when you've been playing as long as he has at such a high level, there's a lot of tape, and you can watch a lot of tape on a guy like that. And I don't even know where to begin with what you can learn from him. He won his first Super Bowl. I was in 7th grade, so I've been watching him for a long time. And obviously, the ultimate competitor. This game matters to him so much, and you see it in the way he conducts his business. Very, very comfortable within the pocket. Does a great job of feeling the rush and not seeing the rush. In that way, he's very mobile, and he's always been great in crunch time, and he's a winner. And I think he's really set the bar for all of us who come after him, and really everybody who came before as well. They call him the GOAT for a reason.
Have you followed much of what he's done with his workout routine and his diet and stuff like that? And have you tried to adopt any of what he's done?
Well, a lot of what he's doing, or what I've learned about what he's doing, I had actually, with different people I run into, saw the same messaging, in terms of what to eat, what not to eat, the importance of sleep, the importance of tissue work. Everybody I was seeing was really reiterating the same things. And so when you see it coming from one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and you see it coming from the people you work with, you see maybe there's something to this. So I think it just affirmed some of those approaches, and they certainly were different than maybe what I was doing early in my college career. And so there was some changes that needed to be made, but now, having gotten into my routine and being in year 7, I think I've got a good handle on what I want to do to take care of myself and to prolong my career. And I think there are a lot of similarities to what Tom's doing. And it's no accident that he's played as well as long as he has. It matters to him, and he's been intentional about the process to be able to do that.
Kirk, you mentioned back at training camp that in 2015 you got a chance to pick Brady's brain before a game. What do you remember about that conversation? How much has that resonated and carried throughout your career?
It was like 3 seconds, so it wasn't a sit-down one-on-one. But the fact of the matter is, these are guys I've said who I've studied for a long time, and certainly you want to accomplish, you want to be a part of the things he's been a part of and the things he's done, and so you want to emulate him the best you can. And I think imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and so I do want to try to imitate the guys who have done it at a high level and follow their lead and their example, and hopefully they take that as a compliment.
What do you remember about your one game there in 2015? It was a bit of a tough outing for you that day.
Well, I remember a lot of things about that game, but all in all, we didn't win, and the Patriots did a nice job against us, and it'll be good to get back there and hopefully come out with a win this time.
What do you decide to run the football? More than one teammate mentioned, we see Kirk running, it's like, yeah, he's vexed, and you got to be judicious, obviously, when you do that. How do you make that decision when the pocket says, when it's that, how do you decide?
Well, the whole comment about, Kirk running the football and he's tough, it's like, well, sometimes sitting in the pocket and getting hit by a 3 technique in the stomach hurts a lot more than running and getting tackled by linebackers. So, it takes just as much to stand in there in the pocket than it does to take off and run. But you got to play by instinct and by feel. And what I don't want to do is leave the pocket too early, not go through my progression, not trust the protection. And other times you don't want to trust it too much, where you're sitting in there and being patient and keeping your eyes downfield, and then you take a sack. So finding that balance of knowing when the clock goes off and when to run and pull it down is something that I'm always trying to find and work on. And it'll never be perfect, but the more I can steal a first down now and then running the football, the better our offense will be.
What do you view as sort of the hallmarks of a Belichick defense?
I think it's all been talked about in the last 5 minutes. Making you play left-handed would be a phrase, a way of saying it, but trying to take away what you do well. And they don't beat themselves. They're well coached and they're sound, and so they're going to make you beat them as opposed to them making mistakes. They're going to give you a free gift from time to time.
Coach Zimmer was talking about the extensive personnel groups that they use defensively. They rotate defensive linemen all the time. How does that change your responsibilities pre-snap?
We just need to identify the right people every play and understand who's on the field and just make sure we're targeting the right people. And as long as we do that, it becomes 11 on 11, and it doesn't have to be made more complicated than that. But if we do miss target or we don't get the IDs correct, then certainly it can be a lot more challenging.
How important do you think it was in the last game to get Rudolph more involved in the offense as pass catchers?
It's all about being explosive, finding ways to sustain drives, convert third downs, create explosive plays. And it doesn't matter if Diggsy is getting the ball 15 times and nobody else is getting it, or if Dalvin's getting it 30 times, and if it's all runs versus, I don't really care who gets it or how many times they get it. We just want to be explosive and be multiple and keep defenses guessing. So from week to week, it may change and how defenses want to play us and how our game plan is set up and how the flow of the game happens. But whoever gets the ball, and as long as we're moving it, scoring points, being explosive, being good in situational football, that's what's important to me.
Kirk, you met Sheldon Richardson the day you were here for your press conference. I think remember you saying you sat down for lunch or something. But I guess what do you just remember about the first impression of meeting him?
It was a busy day, whirlwind. We talked for a few minutes, but it wasn't like we talked about the meaning of life or anything. So, he's been a great player for us. He's a great personality here in the locker room. He's very friendly and has always been a good teammate to me. So I thought it was a great signing, and I think he's had an impact, and have enjoyed getting to know him. He's a good player in this league.
Last couple for Kirk. Kirk, both you and Tom Brady have had a ton of success on quarterback sneaks. Last week you run to the line, sneak it. What's the key to succeeding on that play? And do you have a decision yourself when you see something that you can sneak on a short situation?
Well, you want to run them into the right looks. You don't want to run quarterback sneaks when it's not going to work, and so you got to be selective as to when you go ahead with it. And then also, you need great push by your center, by your guards, and I think that's been key as well. That those guys have paved the way so that when I fall forward, we get the necessary yard or two.
Is that all there is to it? Is just falling yourself forward, or is there some sort of technique to it?
Well, you certainly want to bring your legs, and you want to find the open gap or get behind a double team and create push. But ultimately, you want to get the necessary yards and then get down and not expose yourself to unnecessary hits. And you got to trust that your center and your guards are going to get the necessary push. And when you're running into the right looks, then that's when you feel good about it.